Rosner.
You?
Rosner, are you going to be busy? Can I bring something up to you?
Sure, what's up?
It might be a little bit longer than like a 2-minute conversation.
Oh, what's it regarding?
It's regarding the situation with Ben Petrov and Bobby Milner.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, all right.
Give me 1 second, man.
I don't know if you're out on patrol or something, but I'm just at the station with Rosner. I'm going to talk him through it, and if you want to join us, or you want me to just talk him through it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to update you and keep you on the loop on that.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get off the telephone because now it's waiting on Rosner. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so TLDR, because it's gonna be kind of a long TLDR because it's a complicated situation. Polito Bank job. A primary from the bank is picked up on interference. Separate units chase the interference for some time. The pickup driver and the person from the bank, passenger in the car, eventually get irritated at the cops that are chasing them and choose to, on their own, shoot. They shoot down or shoot at 3 cops. They are then shot down. Units collapse on that triage, and then the rest of the bank robbers, about 10 minutes later, come and shoot in an attempt to break those people out. In the cells, Bobby Milner is the primary, but he's being coached through the scene by Bradford, senior officer. In the cells, they determine that nobody's getting felony obstruction. Everyone is either getting high security or they are getting accomplice to high security. He also says that everybody, due to the fact that in totality the group shot at more than 12 cops, everybody is to be getting accomplice to mass murder. Ben Petrov is the processing officer for St. Clair, and Milner himself, the primary, is a processing officer for Cassie Miller. Those are the two that decided to shoot first. Ben Petrov puts his foot down and says, I do not like this, and he disregards the primary's directive on the charges. There's a back and forth about this in the sales, and then eventually Petrov, to quote Bradford, says to St. Clair in front of the primary, Bobby Milner, St. Clair being the suspect, some officers just push whatever charges they want. They don't articulate and they don't know what they're doing. I'm not going to do that to you, St. Clair. I actually care about others and I know what I'm doing. Then basically takes a plea and sends up St. Clair for, felony obstruction and 3 times attempted murder instead of the accomplice to the bank robbery. But I believe St. Clair was actually at the bank, so he should have just gotten, the robbery charge. I'm not entirely sure on those specific details, but he should have gotten at least the accomplice or the full charge. And then instead of the accomplice to mass murder, he received just the 3 times attempted. Petrov, which is of course an equivalent rank, just a deputy, he's a shift 1 deputy, to Milner, then grabs essentially Milner by the scruff of the neck, drags him down to the prison to talk to Cassie about her charges, which Milner had already sent her up with the correct and appropriate charges. They have some level of discussion at the prison that really doesn't come to anything. But I guess Petrov took it as, an acceptable course of action. So Petrov goes 42, Milner goes 42 sometime after that. And then the next day when Milner wakes up, he looks at the report and he sees that Cassie's charges have been downgraded. He did not do that himself as the processing officer, so Petrov overstepped as not just against the primary, but against the actual processing officer as a non-primary to edit the charges after the fact. And then Milner also found in his contracts a document produced by combination of Ben Petrov, who enlisted the help of PPO Cassie Lockhart to write up a legal agreement essentially directing to the lowering of the charges. I will now send to you by text message. I had Milner send it to me. Waiting for his signature. So this is very cooked on multiple levels. You have a deputy strong-arming another deputy who is the primary on the scene, refusing to go along with the primary's orders on the charges. You know, instead of looking for a supervisor or handing off custody of his 95 to the primary, he just said, no, I'm going to do it my way. He then shit talked the primary in front of the primary to a suspect's face. He then essentially strong armed the deputy into going to the prison. He then essentially did the same thing in front of the primary's suspect. And then after the primary went 42, he changed the charges in the MTT. And then
All right. What are the chances that we're gonna get your
completely different story?
No, yourself, Hayes, and Maeve in a room together?
I mean, I can make myself available, talk to the two of them when they're around.
Okay, cause
So I tasked Loki, because Loki brought this to my attention. I tasked Loki with talking with Ben.
yeah,
I just don't think the two of them are reliably going to overlap within a productive frame of time.
yes.
So Milner is a shift 2 deputy, hence
yeah,
my
yeah.
involvement.
Okay,
right?
yeah, no. So I need you involved in as PNT, shift 2. And get Jenna involved. So Jenna, yourself, Hayes, and Maeve. Then you got shift 1 captain, shift 2 captain, and then the leads of PNT in both departments. And I want you guys to have a discussion about this because Petrov could possibly even be faking fucking charges for me. This,
Yes.
If it's done like that
If
badly.
the thing about the changing of the charges after the fact
Yes.
is true, that's essentially MDT corruption.
Yes. So I
yeah.
need the 4 of you to have this discussion between you to kind of come up with an idea of what you would like done. I've already spoken with Hayes about this previously in order that she wanted some clarification in regards to some of the charges. But when she first spoke to me, it sounded like she had it handled. So yes, captains from both shifts, PNT leads from both shifts, have a discussion. If you need it to go further up the chain, let me know. But the 4 of you should be able to handle this. Petrov could. I mean, I think Petrov came in on some fucking smoke that day, as far as I'm aware. But he could be looking. He could be looking at fucking felonies from this. Have a word with him. It's gonna take cross-shift collaboration.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Sky about it and informing her about it because it had just come across my desk. And I talked to Milner and gotten like a fresh perspective on it and saw that, you know, time had passed and nothing had been done with it. I was talking with Sky and the two of us said that it'd make a lot of sense to bring it up to you, just bring it straight to high command because it is so deeply cooked on so many levels. There's so many red flags. Yes. The involvement of the PPO, the creating of the contract, the shit talking in front of the suspect, the then processing errors that Petrov himself made for his own suspect outside of the scope of the articulation of the primary charges. Like this guy could be looking at like very easily at 5 to more than that DAPs, or potentially charges or a firing or you know.
Oh, I think minimum he should be looking at getting a suspension for this. If not, you know, a job loss. But that I would like, because this is kind of a cross shift thing. Instead of me doing it as undersheriff, it should be captains.
Involve the 2 captains.
Involve the 2 captains of each shift.
Okay. I will call. I will call Jenna and get her appraised on the situation, and then I will reach out to Maeve and Hayes and set up a meeting between the 4 of us for tomorrow.
And yeah, tomorrow, perfect. Yeah, there is actually an FTO meeting for shift 1 tomorrow, so
we'll just come to that.
Maven, fucking Hayes will both be there. Alright, anything else?
No, that's it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, alright. God bless.
Get back to your whatever you're doing with Brian now.
Trying to figure out what to do about all the fucking fires.
The gang war?
Not necessarily the gang war, that's a local PD thing. as he would put it. Which reminds me, I need to look at fucking V Gray's already calling for no time off, and I'm like, it hasn't even been happening from Friday. It started yesterday. We've had 3 shootouts, I think, in total. He's getting too angry too early. I also need to find detective. Okay, all right. I appreciate your slow good shit.
All right, thank you, sir.